Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu inaugurates search and rescue units to boost emergency response on Lagos waterways. Federal government targets $12 trillion gross domestic product by year 2050. On the foreign scene, Russia launches new deadly strikes across Ukraine. And sport, FIFA picks Morocco to host 2023 Club World Cup. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated the Waterways Monitoring and Data Management Center, as well as the State Waterways Search and Rescue Unit. The governor also unveiled 2 patrol units and U-Safe emergency device at the 5 Cowries Ferry Terminal of Falomo. Governor Sanwo-Olu reiterated his administration's commitment to a greater Lagos through the adoption of multimodal system of transportation aimed at decongesting the roads, pledging the completion of the Blue Rail before the end of this year to complement transportation.
One of the cardinal points of that pillar is the adoption of what we call a multi-nodal transportation system, which basically is meant to advance waterways infrastructure, rail infrastructure, and of course, reduce road infrastructure, because that's where we have all of the major congestion. In the last 3.5 years, this administration has invested massively in the waterways infrastructure, and assets have been procured to encourage and promote public water transportation in the state.
And his remarks, Commissioner for Transportation Frederick Oladeyinde said the development was to ensure speedy response to emergencies on the waterways and give more confidence to residents to embrace the water transportation to decongest traffic on Lagos roads.
With the ban on Okada, we are beginning to save lives, especially the young people who are maimed and, hurt in the process. And it's important that we preserve the lives of our youth, of our young ones, because they are the future, they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Earlier in an address of welcome, the General Manager, LASWA, Damilola Emmanuel, said the floating clinics and search and rescue units would be situated strategically in the 3 senatorial districts of the state in Ikpakodo, Ikorodu, Ijegun-Egba, and Falomo.
An automated manual action system integrated with alerts to enable efficient operator handling of events. It also allows the field operators, the water guards, to check and verify vessel.
According to Emmanuel, the control unit of the search and rescue unit will monitor all activities on the Lagos waterways, make surveillance on vessels to minimize accidents to the barest minimum on the waterways. Lagos State Government has expressed its readiness to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of year 2023 population and housing census in the state. Special Advisor, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Mobolaji Ogunlende, stated this in preparation for the Lagos State Stakeholders Summit on year 2023 population and housing census, slated for December 20 at the Adeyemi Bero Hall, Alausa. According to Ogunlende, the Stakeholders Summit engagement, which will be led by the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, would also feature presentations by top government officials at federal and state levels, traditional institutions, media, civil society groups, religious leaders, women and youth groups, academia, the private sector, and developmental partners on the preparations for the coming census exercise. The federal government says it has handed over 64 rehabilitated roads in different federal tertiary institutions across the country. Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola made this known at the handing over of a reconstructed car park and internal roads inside the Yaba College of Technology, Yaba Tech, Lagos. The minister, who was represented by the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Umaru Bakari, noted that the upgrading of road infrastructure within the tertiary institutions was another strategic intervention of the government at supporting education through a conducive learning environment.
We had earlier done 64. 18 is currently being commissioned and 19 is still in the process of being completed in various institutions across the nation.
Reacting, the rector of Yaba College of Technology, Obafemi Omokube, expressed gratitude to President Muhammadu Buhari's administration for the intervention, which he said Yaba Tech has benefited 3 times within 5 years. Omokube pleaded with the government to support with a new road within the satellite campus of Yaba Tech in Ekpe.
We have a new campus in Ekpe, and we are at the stage of development. We've done some roads, but there are more roads to be constructed. So we are not talking in terms of rehabilitation or repairs, but now we are talking in terms of construction, new construction. And we will not mind if the federal government can assist us through the Federal Ministry of Works. And so we are pleading with the Honorable Minister of Works to assist in this direction so that at least we can have more development in Ekpe.
That was the rector of Yaba College of Technology, Obafemi Omokube. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRAC, has advised motorists to observe 30 minutes rest after every 4-hour journey. Acting Corps Marshal Dauda Biu stated this at the end of a year special intervention sensitization campaign for gridlock and crash-prone areas in Jos. Biu, who was represented by the sector commander of the Corps in Plateau, Alfonso Godwin, said fatigue remains one of the major causes of road traffic crashes on the highways. He explained that the special campaign aimed at sensitizing motorists and indeed all road users on the need to adhere to a traffic regulation, particularly during the Yuletide period. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government is targeting to grow Nigeria's real gross domestic product GDP to $12 trillion by 2050. Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Hamid, who made this known at the launch of the National Plan on Financing Safe Schools, said between now and 2050, the government has plans to grow per capita income on $33,000 per annum. Hamid said these targets are contained in the government's development agenda, Agenda 2050, which is being prepared for launch. According to Hamid, the development agenda, also known as the development plan, focuses on achieving inclusive growth through the implementation of the long-term economic transformation blueprint aimed at mitigating current developmental challenges and attaining the upper middle income country status. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation Adeleke Mamora has solicited energy stakeholders' collaborations to maximally harness the nation's energy potentialities for development. Mamora said stakeholders' engagement and consultation is intended to, among other things, highlight and chart a way forward for the country to deepen, grow and develop the energy sector for sustainable development. According to him, the choice of the proposed 30-megawatt hybrid pilot wind farm project in Sokoto cannot be overemphasized, as all available data reports suggested it had favorable renewable energy potentialities. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on his 80th birthday, describing him as a courageous and passionate leader whose commitment to the growth and development of the country is worthy of emulation. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a congratulatory message signed by his Chief Press Secretary, Gbega Koshile, said President Buhari's unblemished service in public office has made him a role model to many Nigerians. He said President Buhari has provided honest and transparent leadership in the country and has demonstrated unparalleled patriotism, integrity, honesty, and courage in the task of steering the ship of Nigeria in the right direction. The governor also praised President Buhari for delivering on his promises to Nigerians, especially on the fight against corruption, insurgency, and the building of infrastructure in different parts of the country. In foreign news now, Russian forces have fired 76 missiles and carried out drone attacks across Ukraine, striking the capital, Kyiv, and cities in the north, south, west, and center. Officials say 2 people were killed when a residential building was hit in Kryvyi and a 3rd died in Kherson. Attacks have intensified this week as Russia targets Ukraine's civilian infrastructure. Power was completely down in Kharkiv in the north and several other regions. The energy minister estimated that 9 power generation facilities had been damaged, and a presidential official said emergency outages were taking place across the country. In sport now, Morocco has been selected by FIFA to host the 2023 Club World Cup in February, while an expanded 32-team edition is set to launch in 2025. FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who made the announcement, said the tournament will take place from February 1 to 11, 2023. European champion Real Madrid, South American champion Flamengo, and Seattle Sounders, the first CONCACAF Champions League winner from the United States, will play in the traditional 7-team tournament. Following Morocco's thrilling and inspiring run at the World Cup in Qatar, the country will now stage the next global soccer event. It will be one of the last 7-team editions for continental champions, with an expanded month-long tournament planned to start in 2025. And that's it on the news at 6. But just before we go, remember, your vehicle is not a strong room. Keep your valuables out of view of miscreants. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on our website, www.trafficradio961.ng, and follow us on our various social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can follow us on our various social media platforms. You can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Play Store for more traffic updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration embarked on the implementation of gradual phase out of lay police prosecutors at magistrate courts in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated the Waterways Monitoring and Data Management Center, as well as the State Waterways Center and Rescue Unit. The federal government is targeting to grow Nigeria's real gross domestic product (GDP) to $12 trillion by 2050. We also told you that Russian forces have fired 76 missiles and carried out drone attacks across Ukraine, striking the capital, Kyiv. And finally, in sport, Morocco has been selected by FIFA to host the 2023 Club World Cup in February, while the expanded 32-team edition is set to launch in 2025. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to newsroom@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Guy, this drug go finish him.
If I never reach 10 bottles, I know they come up for you. Why you go take 10 bottles? Must you be high?
Tommy, now when your guy don't they take 10 bottles of drink?
Let me ask him, I don't even understand this my guy again.
Okay, I hear you now, but if I never reach 4 bottles, I know they come up for you because 4 are my gauge.
Oh, you get mind though.
Ha, see it up with G. Now 1 bottle day, see, you know sabi drink at all. Drink Jerry.
You be say I know the drink, but if I say nobody can me come, I go drink small. I know what to allow life no get duplicate.
Come on for your school boy. What have come on to you?
Oh boy, calm down. Take more drink, Jerry.
The thing be say my driver no follow me come here, and I me go see dry.
Don't worry, shad one bottle. Just one for the road. Mama T,